So here's a really quick, and I promise, really quick part two to the video that I did yesterday. I don't know when you're seeing it, but it's right before this one called Left by the Side of the Road. So you got to watch that one first. So, but this is the day after that experience I had with my Ziggy, where he told me that he'd been left by the side of the road. And I told him, I will never leave you by the side of the road. And his whole something in him shifted and something in me shifted. Our relationship became stronger. It was quite interesting and amazing and awesome. And he was calm the rest of the day. Well, then the next morning, here's the part two. The next morning, he was a little bit he was a little bit whiny, but not. He's often extremely when we're in transition, like leaving the house, whatever. He whines and whines and whines, and it's quite annoying. It's just a little bit. And I didn't even really pay attention. I wasn't looking for any long-term changes. It was just kind of that moment that we had. But then I noticed I had to go out for like 20 minutes. And when I go out, I put him in his little crate. He has a much bigger crate than he needs. And it used to be that he would just jump into the crate. He knew I was leaving and he didn't like it, but he was fine. He didn't cry. Well, like the last month or so, he's just been whining and even leaving the room, and I have to go get him. I'm like, what is this? I'll be right back. So yesterday he didn't do that. When he saw me getting ready to leave, he jumped right in and he was sitting in his crate. And I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. And I didn't piece it together. And I left. I came back in like 20 minutes. And that night, when we went to the barn where he ordinarily would be acting like a complete dope, I just stood. I'll say to him things like, we're going to the barn. We're going together. Don't worry. I'm not leaving you. We're going to get. None of this matters to him. It's language that my heart dog, Elika, before him understood. It doesn't mean anything to him. And I stopped and I looked at him like this in the eyes and I said, Ziggy, I am not leaving you by the side of the road. So it's not, it's the fear of abandonment. It's not just the side of the road. And I just said it to him. He immediately stopped whining, stopped. I put my shoes on. It's usually a whole thing. Put my shoes on, put his leash and his collar on, walked out the door, locked the door, went in the car. It usually whines for a minute in the car. None. And was just calm the rest of the evening. It's unbelievable. And then again this morning, next day, he was quiet, much quieter at the door. So something shifted. It's just fascinating. I sort of share that the part two of it was something shifted. And I don't know exactly what it was or how long it will last or what's going on in his head. I know I'm a communicator, but I don't know exactly what happens when he has episodes because they're not logical. That's something happening neurologically for all I know. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I'm Pam Sorellis of Winged Horse Healing, and I will see you soon. Take care.